party leader Raila Odinga and National Chief Campaigner Musalia Mudavadi. All right, so let's just get the sentiments from my colleague Francis Mtalaki. Francis, after the swearing-in ceremony of Joho, what are the residents saying about this second term? What are their expectations about this second term that Joho has been given by the electorate there?
Well, good morning, Betty. And the governor and the residents here are excited given that he was overwhelmingly voted by the residents of Mombasa. 60% plus number of votes that were casted here. The governor managed to retain his seat. But looking at his speech that he addressed yesterday, he seemed to have touched much on what the residents had are anticipating for his second term. And he touched more in terms of boosting security in this region. One of the key economic drivers, given that this is a tourism sector. So the governor said that he will be teaming up with the security sector in making sure that the security has been boosted, so as to make sure that other sectors such as the business class are comfortable undertaking their business as well as tourism. Also, the governor touched on another issue that seemed to be his main challenge in terms of this first term, the garbage collection. That was one of the serious issues. You will remember his opponents had criticized on how he was handling the garbage issue here in Mombasa, and the governor also was very categorical, saying that his administration, together with the deputy, that is William King, will make sure that the garbage issue has been resolved once and for all here in Mombasa. Also, the issue about the environment, given that the coastal city, this is one of the areas that tourists seems to visit in this area, both local and foreign. So he will be able to match some of the resources that will be brought down here at the coast and at Mombasa. It will be able to be channeled in the environment sector and be able to see that the face of Mombasa has been boosted so as to attract more tourists in this region. Also, the governor touched on the youth employment in this county and some of the issues that have been facing the youth, given that most of the youth in the rural areas such as Bamburi, Likoni, and other areas have been facing the issues of drugs. So the governor saying that the youth employment is one of the issues that he will be focusing on, create more employment and business is oriented in terms of making sure that the youth of this region have been able to have that employment so that they can be able to engage in their daily activities. But many of the political pundits, Betty, are saying that given that he went for a deputy who is a technocrat, Dr. William Kingi, basically from his speech, much of this work is going to be done by the deputy, and his experience that he is coming in at the county of Mombasa is very important in making sure that some of the issues that were his main challenges will be able to address it, as I had put it earlier. And given that he also laid down his political ambitions for the 2022 presidential seat together with his counterpart from Kilifi, and they have been speaking from the same script, given that earlier before his inaugural yesterday, he was in Kilifi, where the same sentiments were echoed by his counterpart, that is Amason Kingi, saying that they will be going for a boardroom meeting so that he can be able to discuss his political landscape for the 2022 politics. And the two gentlemen, or the two governors, have been very categorical, saying that the coastal vote needs to be heading forward to the 2022 politics. And remember what Musalia Mudavadi said, that they wish the two governors well as they come to the national politics. And it will be interesting to see what the two governors will be discussing, given that the two governors have already said that they will be going for presidency 2022. But more importantly, their friendship that is coming out from the two governors is very important. And they had assured the residents of Mombasa and the coast region that the two will be coming out out to speak in one voice. Whoever carries the day for the presidency, he will be able to support each other. So it will be interesting to watch how the politics of Mombasa will be panning out, and specifically the governor of Mombasa, given that he has said that he is going for presidency in 2022. But also many of the political pundits here in Mombasa are saying that maybe this could, where will NASA be placing himself, given that there is Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka, Moses Wetangula, as well as the governor, the former governor for Bomet, that is Isaac Ruto. Betty.
Right. Francis, thank you for that. But just before I let you go, maybe we could touch on that sour relationship that the governor has had with the national government over his first term in office. If the Supreme Court upholds Uhuru Kenyatta's win, did he mention anything about having a better working environment between that county government and the national government?
Of course, Betty, the governor touched on his past experiences with the national government, saying that it has not been easy, but he said he used the one word that he is a Simba, meaning that he's trying to protect the jungle. So moving forward, what he expects maybe is to work closely with the national government in terms of the residents of Mombasa and the people of the coast region at large. But for his political ambition, the governor has been very categorical, saying that he supports the code, the NASA principle, that is Raila Amolo Odinga. So that is his political life, but we understand that from his past experiences, it has not been good on how things have been happening here in Mombasa. He mentioned a number of issues that he has been able to clash with the Jubilee administration. But as we head to the Supreme Court, maybe after the ruling of the Supreme Court, then we can be able to see more from what the governor had been saying in terms of the national government. Whichever side takes the presidency, then it will be interesting to see how the national government will be able to work closely with the county government of Mombasa. Betty.
All right, Francis Mtalaki, they're reporting live and direct from Mombasa in regards to the swearing in of Ali Hassan Joho that happened yesterday. Moving on, NASA leader Raila Odinga has launched a campaign for truth and electoral justice in Kenya, which he says will help entrench and safeguard democracy in the country. And a new twist regarding the petition filed by the opposition, NASA principals are also demanding that each of the 7 Supreme Court judges